If you want to know how to make your new habits without thinking about that, then stay tuned. This is Dilmohit and I'm back again with my new video. It's all about a review for Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's an easy and proven way to build the new habits and break the bad ones. And it is a remarkable book that is whole thinking about the scientific method, how you're gonna do with the science of it. And that's the only thing that you need to know, because the people are thinking about, I want to make a new habit, but then they forget it. They forget it because that's not one of the part of their routines. And another thing, nobody or nothing is reminding them. And if you like more book reviews videos in detail and the questions that you can talk about yourself, and if you want that, then click the subscribe button and make a like, share this video and share it to your friends who really want that. In this way they will also get the maximum things that they can do in their life, so they can grow also. I'm doing it and I hope you can do them. So here, first thing, here's a tip number one, that is, it's all compounding game. It's not about you're gonna make habit and every day you do and you got a habit and all. It's all about how you compound. And as James Clear said, if you improve, if you do your habit, if you become 1% better than yesterday, in a whole year you are in the whole year you will be 37% better than the last year. And the second year you'll be 1400 times better than the last year. That's like a lot of things. It's just like in a personal finance, you can say investing as a compounding, and it just compound. For example, like so in this way, for example, if you just put $100 every day in like index funds, and it's gonna grow, and it's gonna grow like $300,000 to $400,000 until you retire. So in 40 years it's gonna grow. So that's the same thing. Every day you put one, or you become 1% better than you automatically become a new person in a year or 2 year or 3 year. It's gonna be whole change. Why? Because you are putting effort on it. Okay, so why it's that? Because James Clear said tiny equal mighty. Take the tiny leap. You don't need to do the whole thing. Take the tiny steps, take the first steps, take the tiny things, because tiny is easily digestible. You don't need to go for the big step, you don't need to go for the big change, because your mind gonna say, no, I can't do that, this is off my league. But what if you can take a new step and you can do just one thing today that's gonna be different from yesterday, and also that's gonna help you to become that's gonna help you to make a momentum in your life. As you're starting one step, you're in a momentum, you don't know, you're not gonna feel after that how you're doing it. So that's the one thing. Okay, so tip number two, that is the plateau of latent potential. What is that? If in science, I just studied in grade 9 the latent energy. It's kind of like the whole energy, or latent potential is the same thing, that everything is stored until it's gonna come back. It's the same thing as you go in the gym. It's the same thing as acquiring a new skill. It's the same thing as your body starting adjusting in some things, but it takes time. It's not gonna go like quick right away. It takes time. For example, if you wanna go to gym, you don't go to gym and the next day you got a six-pack. So you know that, everybody knows that. It's the same thing. So in the same way, whatever you're gonna do 1%, it's gonna go compound. It's one thing, it's gonna go compound, and second thing, it's gonna make some latent potential. And also in this way, you're not gonna know, but you have achieved a lots of things in the meantime. And there will be you will be kind of like, if you did 100 times the same thing, you'll be kind of like you'll go like one step away to breaking your bad habit and getting in a new one as a permanent one. For how it, so there is an example. What's an example that what James Clear said, that take a one box full of like 100 marbles and put it in a way, so it's kind of like 80, like 80, put it 80 white marbles as white, and the remaining like 20 marble as 10. And every day you finish 1%, as you know, and you go to the marble box and take one marble out without seeing that. If that is white, then it's okay, but if that came out as blue, that means you give yourself a little treat. Like for me, I give myself a chocolate treat, so I can eat like one Kit Kat. So in this way you can get an instant gratification by yourself, because in the meantime you're getting everything as quick. How? You want a car? Just do Uber. You want something to eat? Just do the Uber Eats. You want to go somewhere, or you want something to post, you want to see something, just open the YouTube, Facebook, whatever you want to do, it's instant. Whatever you want to do, you're watching whole movies on YouTube or in Netflix, and also it's instant gratification. You don't need to get up. So if your body also need instant gratification, what you can do is just give yourself a little treat. But for that, or another example, so the second example in there is, as James Clear said, put a calendar right over there where you can see. And also, whenever you finish it, make one cross. Every day you cross it, you feel like you did something, and it's gonna feel good to you. And as much it's gonna feel good to you, you will be in good hands of yourself, and you will be 1% better than yesterday. So if you're gonna think about in the previous time, you will be much better in your performance, or in anything, in any habit you want to acquire. So that's better for you. So third point is, tip number 3 is identity. And do you know what identity means? Identity is a Latin word that means a repeated beingness. That means whatever you're doing in repetition, that's your identity. It's not like, oh, you're like I can say like, what's my identity? I'm a preschool teacher. What's that? Because I'm going every day as a preschool teacher, I'm living 9 hours, and it's whole identity. Or whatever you do is your identity. Think about your habits. Think about from you wake up, as you wake up from your bed, and as you start go to work, whatever the things you do in between. And think about, do you ever break that things? No, right? So it's automatically in pattern that you have to do one by one by one by one by one, and ultimately it's gonna be done. So all the things you are doing repeatedly for the whole time, that's the point. Like, that's the thing, is your identity. And if you want to change it, you want to be somebody in few years, you have to change your identity. What that means, you have to change in your repetition of pattern that you are doing every day that you are not aware of. And once you started changing it, and you're starting putting new habits that are more productive, you will be changed. And that's how you change your identity. It's not a quick process, but it takes time. Here comes the fourth part. So that is Socrates paradox. And Socrates in Greek, that means a piles. Or over here in James Clear, he gave a like example that if you give one coin to a person, will he be wealthy? No. But if you give him another one, will he be? But if you're giving him one by one, he's not gonna be. But at one time, he'll definitely be wealthy. So how? He's gonna make a pile. The same thing when we talk about the second tip, that was about the plateau of latent potential, is the same thing. But those two, like the plateau of latent potential, that are number 2, and number 4, Socrates paradox, these are all like, they're correlated. How? Because that Socrates came first. So in that, as much you're gonna put effort every single day, that's gonna make the latent potential, that's gonna make the whole potential, that's gonna help you to break the bad habit and form a new one over it. Because habits, and you can't make a new habit, you just need to change the habits, because you're already doing all 24 hours every day by yourself. Even you don't know, but you're doing something. So that's your body. It's already been adjusted for like any years. For me, it's like 21 years, or maybe for me, it's like the next month will be 22 years my body is doing every day, like for 22 years. So there's nothing I can add in. Only there's one thing happened that I can take out, but I can put something else to fill the gap. Same thing for you. With Socrates paradox, you have to focus about what are the things you can pile up to make a new habit, and to subtract the other one. So like it's a kind of like equal, plus and minus cause equal. Plus a habit that you want, use every single day 1% method, and subtract the one you don't want and place it over there. It's kind of, if when you're gonna read the book, that will be much better, but I will help you, and I'll put some more questions in there at the end, because I want to let you listen the whole thing, and then you go for the questions and all of that. Okay, so if you like the video, please like it, share it, subscribe it wherever it is, and press the notification bell for my upcoming video that's gonna come at the 1st of February. because I'm posting it every 15 days. So it will be much better for you guys to understand and to take the time to understand and utilize it. The fifth tip is the 4 laws of behavior change. And what are these 4 laws? The first one is the cue, second one is the craving, third one is the response, and fourth one is the reward. And this is where the scientific part comes in. Why? Because if you don't know how to use this, you'll definitely end up with doing nothing. And this is the means that things that couple of things that I've been doing, and I don't know until I read the book. I just heard it I just like heard it on the YouTube, and I just started doing that, and then I got to know that these things really matter, man. So for example, cue. If you know you have to do something after the things you're doing, you should be more likely to do that until you don't know. So if you have a cue, for example, what's my cue? My cue is when I started recently, I started doing meditation, and what's my cue is I have to wake up at 6. I have to just get up from my bed and on the floor and sit there, relax, and for 2 minutes consciously wake up. In my mind, it's just to relax and come in a position that yeah, I'm ready to go up, and I just do it for 2 minutes, not more than that right now, because I just started it. But that's my cue. As I get up from my bed, I should be sitting on the floor on my yoga mat and having my meditation. That's all. It's for 2 minutes, but I'm stacking it, so every day I'm doing it. And that's one of the better things, because once I know I'm doing it, there's no mean that I'm not gonna do it. So what's that? It comes with a cue that I'm just gonna get up from my bed and I'm gonna sit down for meditation, and comes with a craving that yeah, what's a craving, like, or what's a craving, what is the attractiveness? One thing I know, as I get up, the first thing I know that yeah, today I have to relax my mind and calm down. That's the first thing, because I have a lot of thoughts going on from the morning, so I want to calm down myself, and I want to make the brain sure that I'm the boss right now. I need to know what I have to do, so just forget these thoughts that are coming out. So that's why I do it, and the whole day I'll be calm, relax, and also I'll get less tired when I do this. And what's the response? Response is easy. I don't have to go and set up the yoga mat and all of that in the night. I just put my yoga mat down, and as I get up I just sit down, so there's no much energy or effort involved in it. And what's the reward of it? The whole day I'm peaceful, I'm happy, and I'm more calmer than the normal time, because in my field it's a maximum high, it's the highest burnout rate in early childhood education, as I'm in a daycare working on. And that's one of the things that I need to calm down, because working with 24 children in one classroom with 2 staff, it's not easy thing. Okay, so these are the things how you can do. That's your choice. It's just a simple thing. You have to make your cue as obvious. You have to make your craving so it's a simple thing. You have to make your cue obvious, you have to make your craving attractive, you have to make your response as definitely you're gonna do it and easily. If it's a like long task that you can, then you might gonna skip it. So if it's a long task, you might gonna skip it. So think about that. Also, the next one is reward. If you're not enjoying the reward, you're not going to do the habit. So think about what are the rewards you're going to get in. So that's the thing. And here comes tip number 6, and that is the one, my friend, you've been doing since you're like 2 or 3. Why I'm saying that? Because that's the one thing you've been learned from since 2 and 3, since you started washing hands after toilet, or you're using the washroom. As you go in the washroom, use something, you wash your hands. That's one of it. That's called as stacking the habits. It's taking the momentum from the first habit to make a new habit. What's that? When you were young, so example I'm giving from my work, that what we've been teaching to children is how they can use this habit as they use a washroom, as they sit on a potty, and then they have to come outside, they have to wash hands. They're not going in the class until they wash hands and clean up with the paper towel and throw the paper towel in the garbage. So see about that. They went to washroom, they get up, wash hands, and then they clean up their hands and put in the paper, throw the paper towel in the garbage. There are 4 habits that are going on. And how it went on? It went on stacking one on each other. How? The first thing was, as what it happened in toddlers is, like, first as we change them, and then they're gonna wash hands. So they know they have to wash hands, and then and as they're growing up, they got to know that okay, now they have to clean their hands with a paper towel, and then they realize that they have to throw the paper towel in the garbage. There are 4 steps involved, but all are stacking on one another. Until they use the washroom, they're not going to wash their hands. When they wash their hands, they're gonna clean it with a paper towel and throw the paper towel. That's called as stacking method, and that's always work. Also, it's come in a serrating paradox, the one as a fourth point we decided, and why that was working in there. It's the same thing as a piling, as they're piling of like so in serrating paradox, I give you example about pile a money, like pile a coin on each other to become a wealthy. It's the same thing, but in a different way. That's stacking. Here's a stacking money, on this side is stacking one habit and second habit and third on each other. That's in momentum. There will be no much mind to be used, and it will become a great habit. That's how, my friends, it's in. And for now, it's gonna be questions time. I'm gonna make some more questions. If you need a question, just click the first link in the description and you will get it from my website. It's easy, just a simple website I made it just so you can get all the things to yourself. It's just a normal thing. So in this way, you don't have to do some more things and you have to think about. I'm brainstorming all the questions for you, what we can use in this question in this book, because this book is one of the best in mark of the scientifically how you can achieve it, scientifically how you can do it. It's not the things like people can say, oh, you can do it, you just need to do it, effort, you need to have consistency. It's about how you can keep the consistency, and that's how you do it. Think about what thing you can change 1% today to make an impact for tomorrow. What you can change, what you can do 1% new thing today that is different from yesterday. As you're starting doing that, you will be 1% better every day. And think about where your energy is going, what are the habits, which one you want to change, how you can change them, how you can break them. Because if I told you about how to make a new habits with the 4 laws, reverse those 4 laws and you can easily take off those laws. And if you want more videos about that, just comment that you want more about that, and I'll make a detailed video of the whole book, so in which you can get more and more content. And if you like this video, please subscribe my channel, please like it, share it, push the notification bell so you'll receive all my videos. I post after every 15 days. Usually it's 1st and 15th of every month. So in this way, as much data I can gather and I'll get for you, and you can get more insights on that. So thank you for having here. Have a nice day and peace out.